stock Blizzard SR. This is just the speed test with all of the electronics that come with it out of the box. It's running with a 5,000 milliamp nickel metal hydride battery. This is with the Dimension Engineering ESC installed, the 2x12 Sabertooth ESC. Motors are still stock, and it's running on nickel metal hydride 5,000 milliamp. There is still a speed difference in the motors, so I can't go full speed yet without there being a little bit of turn to the left. So the next test is going to be with upgraded motors as well as the upgraded ESC. Okay, what we have here now is we still have the Dimension Engineering Sabertooth ESC installed, and I also have installed two Traxxas Titan 380 motors. So this is a test to see how quickly that runs. The only difference from stock now, aside from those electronics, is that I've got a 16-tooth pinion installed rather than the factory 14-tooth. And the reason for that is that there is no 14-tooth available for the Traxxas 380 motor shaft size. The really nice thing about this now is when I'm doing the speed test, I'm at full throttle on both sticks and it runs nice and straight. So these motors are tuned up pretty well to be in sync with each other, unlike the factory motors that came with it. So if you try this upgrade, don't make the same mistake as I did. Make sure you pick up those pinions when you buy the motors. It's a 2.3 mil shaft size on the motor, so you're going to have to find pinions to match that. Okay, so this is the end result of my electronics upgrades in the Blizzard SR. I've replaced the stock motors with Traxxas Titan 380 motors. They do fit in there. There's very little extra room, but they do fit. Make sure you pick up some 2.3 mil pinions as well, because the pinions that come with the Blizzard and pinions for most standard size motors are not going to fit these. We've got the Dimension Engineering ESC installed. It was really easy to set up and configure. Very simple, straightforward instruction sheet with it. Works like a charm. Drives much nicer now than the stock ESC does. I kept the stock receiver and replaced all of the wiring with heavier gauge wiring. Overall, works real nice. You have to do a little bit of cutting. This box comes with a few divider walls in it. You just cut them out. I also took the cover and just notched it so that once you tuck the receiver inside and fit the wires into the little nooks and crannies, this is going to fit right over top snugly in place. It's not waterproof. It wasn't waterproof to begin with though. It just keeps the snow off, and it's still going to do that. Just don't run it through any puddles, but even if you ran it through puddles previously, you were still going to get everything wet. And that's about it. Final result. So after going back and looking at some of those speed test videos, I was timing from tree to tree, and the best time I could get under stock conditions was 3.4 seconds. Under the upgraded electronics conditions, I was getting 2.6 seconds. So definitely an improvement. Granted, under stock conditions, I couldn't go full throttle on the one motor because there's a difference in RPMs. So one motor being faster than the other, I had to dumb it down to the slowest motor. and with the upgrades I wasn't able to reuse the same pinion. Stock 16 tooth pinion comes with the Blizzard, but for these Traxxas motors the closest I could come to the stock was an 18 tooth. So 16 to 18 tooth, that definitely is going to give you a bit more speed as well, assuming the motors are the same sort of RPM, and I really don't know what they're each rated at. The ESC itself, I don't think it gave us any sort of speed boost, but it's definitely much more drivable with this ESC in it. You don't have to double tap to switch directions. It's instant response. It seems very smooth, very responsive to the control. Receiver and the controller are still the same, so I'm going to credit the ESC on that. Definitely worth the upgrades if you want to make this vehicle something more than it is stock. Takes a little bit of work, but it works really well, performs well, and I'm a lot happier with it now. Good luck!